When was the last time that you thanked God for just the little things? God, I want to thank you for the ability of my lungs to receive the free oxygen that you have created for me to strive. The blood that my heart beats to circulate and routine my adrenaline when necessary. My ears and vocal box so that I can hear how it sounds to praise and worship you. My spiritual and physical strength to protect my family. I am still thankful for all the necessities that God gave me as a child. I was so advanced back then. I used to brag and boast and demolish those who challenged. It didn't take long for me to realize that my victories were more powerful than my inner-body experience. The epiphany moment that I was chosen granted ranks that would make my defeat impossible, and I felt untouchable. And yet the best gift that I received before this epiphany was maturation. Maturation applied for my preparation to perfect the ability to be underestimated. I understood that if God gave me such gifts and talents with a righteous heart, it was because I was to face many Goliaths. Wisely allowing giants to underestimate you will keep your enemies unprepared. What are you waiting for? Write that down. I just gave you a concealed weapon that you don't even have to register. Today, I am so stunned that I am here today. I waited for my story to end plenty of times. And time after time, God shows me that He is still using me. My presence can be unfortunate for some, or my presence can be of a blessing. But it will always be on an account of God's. I don't get much love that I used to get from when I was much younger. Truth is, I prefer it that way, as there is a difference between people's love and God's love. I have settled into my days of not being acknowledged, seen, or visited. There's always someone here and there that remembers you though. Happy to see you. Proud of you. Just that little reminder informs you that fighting for others wasn't a waste of time. I thought I would be remembered in the hearts of many, only to surpass most of the same heartbeats that I assumed would be beating long after mine. But here I am. Long live the King who values heaven over earth. 100% healthy. No medication. And with all of this running around, I still cannot find heaven. I guess I'm still too young for heaven. Perhaps there's still more work to do. I'm up for it, no doubt, until God says different. How can I turn my back on Him and He never turned His back on me? That would be blasphemy. However, even if He did so, I am still in debt perpetually for all that He has done for me, for all of the promises He has kept, for all of the roads He paid for me. Sometimes you have to appreciate yourself. I appreciate myself for not having to face a crisis, a sickness, or a loss, just to be grateful for what God has done in my life and during my life, for others as well. I have not only witnessed God turning my enemies to footstools, but I have witnessed Him turning some of my enemies to better friends than some of the previous friends I had. From enemy to the best enemy I ever had. Sometimes we meet in the most challenging way that only God knows the result of. Never put anything past your past. If you just keep living, people that once hated you will learn to love you. You will find that their hate for you was due to miseducation of their own emotions. They didn't know how to get the attention they wanted from you with an unfixed love. So, they used the only emotional tool they knew at the time, hate. And as we know, hate gets our attention. Someone out there right now is hating me, but only because they hate to love me, or don't know how to love me and hate me for not accepting it. I can honestly say I never hated anyone. I have always understood the rights people have to emotionally feel. In results to that, I never had a desire to consume emotions on a reciprocal ill feeling. I guess it's safe to say I even love those who don't love me. I care for those who don't care for me. I pray for those who would only pray that negative things happen to me. How can I do this? Because it doesn't cost me anything. Not to mention, I still profit from it. God's blessings. More valuable than the dollar bill. Blessings can get you things that money cannot buy. Peace of mind, comfort, well-being, security, spiritual protection, wisdom. All of the things that the world tries to distract you from knowing the value of. And if you don't know the value of it, you would just keep doing anything to get cars, clothes, and oh boy, you will forever be missing out on the golden things that would never perish. An interesting fact is, we won't even be able to bring memories of material things to eternal life. So, I'd rather make and cherish moments of bonding with kindred spirits. Spirits that you will remember when there's no flesh to identify them by. This is why I often look beyond face value into a personal window view of intrinsic. I no longer seek earthly relationships. I prefer destination relations beyond earthly type of companionship. Meaning, I do not want to have to make all new friends in eternal life. I want some of my friends to welcome me there. Imagine me being able to say, I've known you since Earth. As I continue to journey this land, I do much of looking forward as I do reflecting. Not every revisiting thought of people in my past make it to a future thought of mine. Some people are just an experience of a life-learned lesson to keep in my mental database to not repeat the same mistake. While some are my favorite buildings of memories that encourage me to plan more memories with. If you are a thought of my past and future, it's because I am thinking of how far we have come and wishing to see you beyond physical existence. Currently, I've come to realize for my journey, no one is going to be there for me like I'm there for them. Not because they refuse to reciprocate what's given, but because there's an inability to do so. You can teach people, of course. However, everyone that follows won't become. The reason for that is because our percentages of qualities are different. Loyalty, commitment, resilience, integrity, morally. We all are shaped different internally. Perhaps one day, people will find urgency in reshaping their minds and souls as they tend to do with the external parts of their bodies. This world has changed for the worst. In the midst of it all, I'm just glad that I have changed for the better. I have spent too much overtime giving people me. Now I give people lessons and exercise giving me, myself, and I to God. I rise before the sunrise to affiliate my presence with God in the quiet hours of the morning. It's a prerequisite of enjoying the beauty of watching the sunrise. Some things just go hand in hand. A connection with God will bring about a window of peace, and the peaceful perspectives through that window will always provide such a beautiful view. I keep my window clean so that I never become mistaken or confused to think that the storms are on my side of the window. Therefore, with no precaution, I can look eye to eye of a storm and examine the effects and causes. Observation and understanding develops authority over things that are initially uncharted and unknown. I have become the light for the lost and reap benefits from a higher source. It often seems like there are 5 seasons within a year, because God always gives me one season once a year personally to shine. Sometimes that season may last throughout the entire year. Even if it's only a month out of a year, I am still grateful. It is bigger than what God can do for me. I am often overwhelmed and proud of myself for just being connected to His lifeline. However, receiving a season from God is like a spiritual vacation. During the duration of that time, I become untouchable to life itself. I have always said that God insurance is the best coverage to have. It covers you dead or alive, making you your own beneficiary. I have heard people say that they are running out of time. Contrary to that, I have always felt like I was running into time. I can't see myself running out of time when the entirety of time is mine. When God gave me dominion over everything on earth, that included the time as well. So the way that I see it, everyone is on my time. When God gives you something, you have to be powerful enough to own it. If you show signs of weakness or naiveness of what you have, the world will take it from you. Being strong is for the strong, but staying strong isn't for the weak. It seems the older I get, the harder it gets. And the harder it gets, the harder I get. Unbreakable stone, withholding marks from those who tried to crack the code, attempted to persuade me to surrender and exchange my solidness for something fragile. I'm never in a mood to be moved by false accounts. I am moved by truth only. Therefore, my walk will forever conflict with people and things that do not align with the simplicity of righteousness.